Welcome to this week's update on the Greens Replacement Program. Another big week at the club. Lots been going on not only on the golf course but around the clubhouse. If you've been up at the club, we've started pouring the exposed aggregate concrete, and that'll be happening over the next few days as well. So we really appreciate members and your understanding of how we're moving around the clubhouse and on and off the golf course. It seems to be working okay at the moment. Again, if you're unsure, please check in with the golf shop. Today I've got a very special guest with me, Mike Cocking from OCM. Mike's the course architect and who's the person who is designing this fantastic golf course we've got. We're in the final stage now, Mike, of works.
We are.
I'm going to hand you over to Mike. He's going to give a bit of an update and a perspective from his point of view.
Yep, fantastic.
And talk about the holes that we're designing this stage.
Thanks, Troy. Hello, members. Well, we're standing actually on the new 17th here, 17th green. As Troy said, it's been a really busy week, productive week. We've just basically signed off on the final 8 greens, which has actually turned into 9 greens, which I can explain in a second. So just to take you through some of the, I guess, the key parts to each of those holes, we've got the fourth. The fourth green kind of tilts from front right to back left, which is actually a feature of the true Redans, the Redan style green, which your 15th hole is actually named after, which incidentally isn't a true Redan, so you at least have one now. Then we've got the 9th that plays back towards the clubhouse. This turned out really well. We've got the chipping green to the left and the 9th green and a really big bunker complex between the two. Looks fantastic from back in the fairway, and it helps separate play between those who are using the chipping green and the 9th. Then we've got the 10th playing down the hill, which is kind of modelled after a great short path 4 in Melbourne, the 3rd at Kingston Heath, where we've got a short bunker on the left, and the green favours players who can play close to that bunker with the best angle in. There's a lot of greenside bunkers on the right, or if you're wanting to try for a birdie, you can hit a 3-wood or a driver and try and thread the needle and play as close to the green as possible. Then we've got the Redan hole, I guess it's named after anyway, is the 15th, par 3, and it's kind of a Q-shaped green, I would say. So it's sort of skinny at the front and it gets wider at the back with some bunkers on the left. That's turning out really well. We've got 17, which we're standing on now, some new fairway bunkers on the left side of the hill and some bunkers along the right side of the green. If you can imagine the 8th hole with the bunkers on the left, it's almost a mirror image of that. So we've got bunkers extending off the right side of the green, and it rewards someone who can play close to the bunkers back in the fairway. And then we come to the 18th, and the 18th, the green's in the same position it used to be, but it actually flows up the hill and links with a very small putting green at the top. So I think one of the features of this phase of work is all that work around the clubhouse that Troy was talking about, not just the concrete, but a big expanse of putting greens and short grass. It's going to be very dramatic, and the new 10th tee position, which is right in front of the clubhouse, and you look down the hole. So yeah, we're very pleased with how it's going. And in a month we'll be back to tidy up the greens ready for grassing. Yeah, it's a very exciting time for the club members. Everyone I'm talking to is excited. It's taking the golf course to a completely another level. Yep. It's giving certainly the big wow factor for golf here in WA and courses, I guess. How do you see this positioning itself in not just in WA but for a facility across the country? Oh, very highly. One of the unique things, I think we've managed to create a bunker style that hasn't really been done in Perth before. I think the nearest thing is the Sandbelt in Melbourne. Really dramatic look to the bunkers, but also being able to get the putting surface very close to the bunkers makes for some dramatic pin positions where you're close to the hazards. Yeah. Nowhere has done that in Perth. So I think it's given you a real point of difference over your competitors. And then the use of short grass and just the linkages we've got across the course. You don't see a lot of that on this side of the country. So yeah, I think it'll be exciting to see when the rankings come out and hopefully see Mount Lawley skyrocket up.
Moving up.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike, for your time.
Thanks, Troy.
It's great to have you over here. I know you're a very busy man.
No
worries. We look forward to getting you back in a month. And we're also speaking with Mike about getting him over for when we do open. Watch this space. We're talking about a big opening launch. Yeah. And hopefully we'll have Mike back here for that as well.
Fantastic.
I look forward to updating you again next week. Thanks, members.
Thank you.